Tori Roloff recently shared some pretty real stuff on social media. The Little People, Big World actress celebrated Dwarfism Awareness Day on Wednesday, but she didn't stop there. She wrote a long Instagram post detailing her serious worries about her boys Josiah and Jackson, and daughter Lila. "Hold on, this is going to be a very vulnerable ramble," Tori said as she began the message. Roloff went on as follows, noting that he is a person who frequently talks openly about different parenting difficulties. "For me, dwarfism awareness has always been a very sensitive topic. As far as I'm concerned, I think I've dedicated my life to ensuring that our children are not labeled as dwarfs. Too often, I've witnessed children, not only those who are dwarfs, being defined primarily by their parents and peers in terms of a diagnosis. There have been children who enter my classroom bearing preconceived notions. I've witnessed some parents become fixated on their child's infirmity. And I believe the biggest fear I have is that the main reason Little People, Big World exists is because Tori's husband Zach and two other little people, Amy and Matt Roloff, are parents to one other little person. The idea behind the show is to show viewers what people living with this illness deal with on a daily basis. But Tori is planning ahead and considering audiences beyond TLC. Tori continued, acknowledging once more that she was vulnerable, saying, "This is my own personal conviction that I do not want to fall privy to. Many parents and peers, I'm sure, may be anxious or afraid about their child's future, and as a result, it becomes a part of who they are. That is how they handle diagnoses of any kind, and although there is nothing wrong with that, I don't want to live my life that way." In a fascinating and logical turn of events, Tori, who could be done with reality TV, accused some of the people behind the scenes of Little People, Big World of being the source of her worries. They would inquire about their well-being and potential future problems. I began to feel uncomfortable discussing it. I started to think, well, don't you want to talk about the good stuff? Or, this might not be dwarfism, just genetics. It dawned on me that I would never want our children to believe that their illness defines them. Tori and Zach have stated repeatedly that they do not want their children's identities to be shaped by their height or any other physical constraints. Tori clarified here. "Because of this, I occasionally forget that my family is special and that others can benefit from my and my family's open discussion about dwarfism because of my own relationship with it. It's just so typical in our home." Tori ended by attempting, as she so often does in situations like this, to connect with other parents. Offering her knowledge on the subject, she wrote to her followers, saying, "I want to be a light to mamas, especially that are going through similar experiences as I am. I want to reassure all parents that being dwarfed does not define you or your child, and I want to help allay any fears about receiving this diagnosis.